مرحباً وأهلاً بكم في حلقة جديدة من خارج المسار. أنا توني نداف. يعتبر الروديو رياضة أمريكية أصيلة، خاصة بين سكان الريف في كل أنحاء أمريكا. تاريخياً تعود بدايات هذه الرياضة إلى حقبة الفتوحات والغزوات التي شهدها القرن السادس عشر. تعود إلى مربيي الماشية الأسبان ومساعديهم من المكسيكيين الذين كانوا يمزجون بين السعي بالماشية والأبقار ومصارعة الثيران كرياضة. ركوب الثيران بدأ مع مسابقات الفروسية المكسيكية التي كان المشاركون فيها يقومون بتوجيه رأس الثور إلى الأرض خلال الركوب عليه والسعي للإمساك بذيله وتوجيهه نحو الأرض. أما مصارعة الثيران فهي جزء من تقليد قديم كان متبعاً في جميع أنحاء منطقة البحر الأبيض المتوسط بما في ذلك إسبانيا. وكان المينويون من سكان أوروبا القدماء في كريت يمارسون القفز على الثيران وركوب الثيران ومصارعتها. رياضة الروديو لها إذن تقاليد عريقة، تقاليد ما تزال حية ونشطة في أمريكا حتى اليوم. وهنا في ولاية يوتا الأمريكية نحن على موعد للقاء بريغز ماتسون، راعي بقر أقل ما يمكن وصفه به أنه استثنائي في حبه للروديو. بعد تعرضه لحادث خطير خلال مسابقة لامتطاء الخيول، إذ انقلب حصانه في حجرة الاستعداد متسبباً في كسور في ظهره أقعدته مؤقتاً على كرسي متحرك، لم يتراجع راعي البقر الشاب بريغز ماتسون. اليوم سنزور بريغز في منزل عائلته في هانيفيل في ولاية يوتا. Hey Briggs!
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you? I'm Tony.
Good.
So nice to meet you.
You too.
Wow, what a beautiful place here. This is where you live?
This is where I grew up.
We finally made it to Honeyville just to meet you and hear your story.
Oh, I'm glad. I'll come on in, I'll show you.
Yeah, sure. Briggs, thank you for having us here today in your family house. And you can tell like rodeo is present almost in every corner of this house.
Yeah, that's all we do. I mean, me, my brothers and sisters, we all do it. My parents, they rodeo. They met in high school rodeo. And so it's our love, our passion.
But it gets sometimes really dangerous and risky and unpredictable. And I think those words describe what happened with you 5 years ago.
Oh yeah, I remember pretty vividly everything about that day. We was at a high school rodeo in Vernal, Utah, and the stock that I was getting on, they're kind of known to be pretty wild. I was confident going into that day, and things just kind of took a wrong turn. When I was getting ready to get on the horse, I received a spiritual impression, is what I would call it, that I needed to put what's called a neck rope on the bucking horse. And what a neck rope is just a short, 5-foot piece of rope, and you put it around the horse's neck and wrap that to the metal rail of the bucking chute, and that keeps the horses from flipping over in the chute on the cowboy. So it's to keep the cowboy safer, and it's optional to put that on the horse. But rodeo's a mental game, and so I told myself if I was worried about getting hurt or if I was worried about that horse hurting me, then he already had me beat before I even left the bucking chute. And so I ignored the impression that I got and got on the horse anyways without the neck rope, and that's when he flipped over on me. At that moment, I went paralyzed from the waist down. I couldn't feel my legs at all, and he smashed me, pretty hard in the chest too, so I couldn't breathe, couldn't move my legs, and so basically I was hanging there on the chute and was basically helpless. So luckily somebody from inside the arena come and pulled me over the top of the bucking chute and laid me in the arena, and that's when I told everybody that surrounded me, my dad included, that I couldn't feel my legs. The doctor came in and he said, you broke your back up pretty good and you're probably never going to walk again, and you're definitely not going to ever ride bucking horses or bulls again. As you can see, rodeo's my whole life. And so that was pretty devastating because everything I'd hoped and dreamed or worked for was kind of coming to an end.
I was the one that went with him in the ambulance. He was pretty upset and was worried and crying and saying, "Mom, I can't feel my legs." And for some reason, I just thought to myself, I just have to, stay calm and just reassure him, we're gonna get you help.
How come you're still okay with him riding?
You want him to be normal, but when you know how much passion they have and he still shows that passion and says he wants to do it, how can you not? Why would you want to put him in a hole and tell him to just live in a hole, If Briggs doesn't stay as active as he is, he'll lose it. And the doctors have told him that. So they've always warned him of that. If you don't stay active and stay working on it, as much as you've got back, you can lose.
I just accepted that, they might get hurt. Of course, I wouldn't want it to happen, but I would just help them get through it. And I grew up doing it also. I know what it's all about. I've got hurt myself, so.
There again in life, don't we all get hurt in some way?
Dr. Heflin, you met Briggs Madsen that night right after he had the accident in the ER. Tell us, please, what you saw and how bad the situation was.
We knew right away it was a pretty serious injury. He had numerous spine fractures, bony fractures, but he had two particularly bad fractures. They're called ligamentous chance fractures, and they actually are disruptions of the ligamentous structures in the back that extend all the way through the disc, and so he had an extremely unstable injury.
Did you think he would walk again?
No. The likelihood of a full recovery in that scenario is generally pretty poor. Certainly never expected him to recover the way he did. The funny part about it is he wasn't concerned about whether he could walk, he was more concerned about whether he could ride. And so he worked really, really hard for it. And he was always really proud of himself when he came into clinic. It was like, look, I can move my foot.
I'm sure you know, Doctor, that he's back at it right now. He's competing, he's riding bulls. Do you think it's a good idea?
His spine is stabilized and fused, and he's safe for him to be back out there going at it. So as dangerous a sport as it is, it's actually pretty well regulated, and the participants are well trained and they're well protected. Briggs is an unusual scenario. I would say the likelihood of his type of story playing out again, kind of a 1 in a million thing. You don't see that very frequently, to see a complete recovery with that bad an initial injury. It's rare, actually.
Can we call him lucky?
I would say so. He's been a lucky guy. But he's also tried really, really hard. So we got to give him some credit too.
Life is all about attitude. And so I chose to have a positive outlook on the circumstances and just decided that no matter how bad it hurt or how hard it was, I was just gonna work as hard as I could and do whatever the doctors or the therapists told me to do to hopefully do what I love again. It wasn't about walking again, it was about riding again.
Yes. Go on! Go on!
So Briggs, tell me about working with your father here.
This is really what's built me into the person that I am. My dad, working with him and learning, the value of hard work and just getting to watch him every day.
When did you start?
I started when I was probably 12 years old. In the summer as soon as I got out of school, I'd start coming to work with him. It's good bonding. We're the happiest when we're here working together.
Do you think of this construction work as plan B for you?
Yeah, I would say that rodeo is where my goals are at, and then this is how I want to make my living. My dad's provided well for our family, and I guess if I'm willing to work this hard, then it'll be a good living for me one day. Really, rodeo, there's a lot of money in it these days, so if I can make some good money rodeoing and invest it back into this business, then that's kind of my goal. you think?
Yes, he's here. That was good. How do you feel about it?
Good.
How practicing helps you, since you're not gonna have the same horse or the same ball? It's like, how does it help?
Just because they're different animals, all the mechanics are exactly the same. You know, no matter how hard or how easy the bull or horse is bucking, you're still doing the same thing, same principles to stay on them.
So mainly you'll be working on your techniques, right?
Yeah.
Like focusing on this part,
Exactly.
your own performance. Do you talk about the practice? Do you share opinions since you're all involved in this? Like, do you tell him, oh, you should do this, or you didn't have to do that, or?
This one will be talking about it for hours after.
That's our job, to be brutally honest.
Usually, you know, when I hit the ground, I know exactly what I did wrong. Sometimes I'll get frustrated, but all these guys are on our team, so they just want to help you.
You might not want to hear it, but nobody else is going to tell you the truth.
And that's the beauty of having a family, right? Really supportive and involved like yours. You're so lucky to have them.
Yep, exactly.
بريغز منافس شرس، ورغم الحادث المؤلم الذي تعرض له فإنه سيركب الليلة على ظهر ثور متوحش ساعياً للنصر. إنها روح التحدي والإصرار لراعي البقر الأمريكي. Briggs Madsen, tell me, how do you feel right now?
I feel good. I mean, this is a cool stadium. I always like coming to a unique place to get on, and so I'm doing what I love. Can't say nothing more than that.
Why do you do it, the rodeo?
I like the aspect of rodeo where I work as hard as I want to, and then in the end, it all comes down to my own performance.
Tell me more about the rules of this competition.
For the bull riding tonight, which is the event that I'm competing in, you have a rope that you put your hand into. As soon as that bull comes out of the chute, 8 seconds starts, and you have to keep your one hand in the air, one hand in the rope, and stay on top of that bull for the whole 8 seconds. If you touch the bull with the hand that's in the air, you're disqualified. And then if you make the 8-second qualified ride, then half of a score goes to the bull and half of a score goes to the rider, and you add those two together, and the cowboy with the highest score at the end of the night is the champion.
Briggs, how does a rodeo athlete prepare himself for a competition?
I like to work out, core work, a lot of leg work, you know, to build leg muscle and core muscle. And I kind of look at it, you know, the stronger you are, the harder you're going to be to kill. So I like to have a good workout regimen, and then just, you know, riding horses and doing the other things that I like to do as far as the cowboy lifestyle. It really all rolls over into riding bulls. The biggest battle in bull riding isn't the bull you're getting on, it's your own brain, because your brain's going to try to talk you out of things, and your brain will come up with some scary things, but you got to learn to control that, have a positive outlook on everything. And so that bull that you're getting on is only as big or as bad as your mind makes him out to be. I just keep telling myself that there's nothing that can buck me off, and there ain't nobody out there better than me, because that's what you got to believe if you want to be the best. There's been too many people that have helped me and believed in me too to help me to get to the point that I am today, and so I'm not going to give up on them neither, you know. I mean, I am a cowboy, and when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to go out and I'm going to do what cowboys do.
بعد الفاصل جي جي وآرم وتشيري وروديو راعيات البقر، رمز لنساء الغرب الأمريكي القويات الموهوبات والمفعمات بالحيوية.
I'm an 18-time world champion. I mean, I'm aggressive when I rope, and not a lot of people rope like I rope, and I take chances. So I try to teach that in life you have to learn and not be afraid to take chances or mess up, or you're not going to be successful. I think you have to be tough. You have to be hard-headed. You have to be able to grit out, because rodeo is a grueling sport.
نحن في مدينة غاثري ولاية أوكلاهوما في النهائيات العالمية لمنافسات الروديو، حيث يتنافس المئات من رعاة البقر رجالاً ونساء ضمن فئات عمرية مختلفة. هنا ستشارك تشيري بارنز في منافسات سباق البراميل، وجي جي هامبتون الحائزة على لقب بطلة العالم في مسابقات شد الماشية. ستشاركان ضمن متنافسات دافعهن واحد مشترك: الفوز باللقب وبالجائزة المالية. ودافعهن أيضاً أن الروديو هو كل شيء بالنسبة لهن، هو ما يملأهن شغفاً وحماسة، هو جزء لا يتجزأ من هويتهن الشخصية كراعيات بقر من الغرب الأمريكي. جي جي هامبتون التي تبلغ من العمر 49 عاماً نالت لقب بطلة العالم 17 مرة في مسابقات البريكوي روبينج لرعاة البقر النساء. تتحدر جي جي من عائلة عريقة في الروديو، ورثت عشق هذه الرياضة أباً عن جد، واليوم ما زالت تحمل هذه الشعلة وهي في طريقها نحو فوز جديد. جي جي تشارك في المسابقات منذ طفولتها، والروديو هي الرياضة الأقرب إلى قلبها. So JJ, tell me, when exactly your story with rodeo started?
I started riding horses when I was 4 years old. My dad, Johnny Wayne, was a professional cowboy. He did calf roping, bulldog, and team roping, and he taught me the love of rodeo. He understood the sport, he loved the sport, and then me and my brothers and sisters both picked that up, and now my son, Kason, I'm an 18-time world champion. I mean, I'm aggressive when I rope, and not a lot of people rope like I rope, and I take chances. So I try to teach that in life you have to learn and not be afraid to take chances or mess up, or you're not going to be successful. I think you have to be tough. You have to be hard-headed. You have to be able to grit out, because rodeo is a grueling sport. Like, it's hard on you. It's very important, your mental game and how you approach every time you rope, because you're not always going to win.
JJ, do you keep track with the competitions that you've participated in so far?
I go to over 100 rodeos a year. Like, I rodeo. So if I'm entered, then I have a chance to win it, and that's my mentality of doing that. So I just try to enter as many as I can. I'm obviously not getting younger, so I've got to do this while I can, and I love it.
So Ricky, tell me, what do you think of JJ's Wall of Fame career in rodeo?
It's amazing. I mean, it's been going on a long time, and we go to a lot of places, and it doesn't matter if we go to New York City, she's going to know somebody. As breakaway roping's gotten so big, and there's so many people out there that know her and see her, and I mean, she's an ambassador.
Do you tell your friends about your mom, what she does, how successful she is in rodeo?
Well, normally I don't have to tell, they know. Because in our town, rodeo's huge. It is the whole basis of the town.
And do you like training with her? Does she help you?
Yes, she helps me a lot. I probably wouldn't be here today without her.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi, Sherry. How are you?
Welcome to the ranch.
Thank you. I'm Tony. Hi.
Tony,
how are you?
This is Casey.
Hi, Casey. How are you?
Really good.
Good. Did I catch you guys on a busy day?
No, we're just getting done. We've got a few more horses to ride.
So how do you get them ready?
We'll go tune them up a little bit in the arena and exercise them. Would you like to join us?
I would love that. Yeah, let's do this.
That'll be great.
Yeah, let's go.
We don't go real fast every day. Once the horses are trained and we're rodeoing on them, it's very seldom that you go fast at home. We just fine-tune it every week.
Interesting.
So,
fine-tuning, like in terms of adjusting speed, adjusting, right?
Exactly.
Flexibility, like respond with you and your commands.
Exactly. Case, you want to join?
Sure, I'd love to.
As soon as Casey was born, I knew that if she could stay on a horse as much as possible, it would be a huge benefit to her. And that has proved correct. So that's just been our lifestyle ever since.
But it's just till lately you become like really more and more involved in professional competitions.
In the past, I've always gotten my horses to a point, and I thought they were probably too expensive to hang on to, so I'd sell them and start over. Lately, I just came to the conclusion that it's probably now or never, so I'm just keeping them. I think that I'm at the peak of my riding. I don't know that you appreciate what you have at a younger age.
So, Randy, for how long you've been married?
We celebrated our 33rd anniversary this past September.
So you literally watched Sherry growing into this professional barrel racer.
When I met her, she was a phenomenal horsewoman. She really had a successful college rodeo career. And then she started, just after we got married, getting more serious about the barrel racing. And she's been riding really good horses ever since.
What does this rodeo life, barrel racing, mean to Sherry?
I mean, it's just our lifestyle. You know, our enjoyment is down here in this arena, enjoying everyone's company, our friends, our community. They're all into the same type of lifestyle, so it's pretty special.
And are you happy to see her going this far?
57-year-old rookie that's headed for the International Finals Rodeo.
That's not a joke.
That's not a joke. No, it's cool. She's earned it. They're running at the National Finals Rodeo that's going on right now. There's 10 go-rounds of competition, and each night, each individual go-round pays $26,000 to the first place person. So, in theory, 10 nights in a row, you can win $260,000, and then the fastest aggregate time over the course of all 10 pays, I think, $69,000. So, you know, again, hypothetically, you could win $320,000, $330,000 at that one rodeo. And a good season is probably finishing the year winning $250,000.
For how long do you think Sherry should keep doing this, barrel racing?
Her mother is 82 years old this year, I believe. Broke her pelvis 2 years ago and is still back competing at a handicap level.
Oh, really?
But she's 82 years old and rides her horses every day. Goes to barrel races every weekend. So I don't know if Sherry's as tough as her mom is, but
it's in her blood.
It's in her blood.
So Casey, do you like training with mom?
Yes, I do.
Every day do you train with her?
Yes.
Who's your hero?
My mom.
This is my barn out here.
Uh-huh. Oh, wow.
Connected right to my house. I can stand right there in the morning in my pajamas, feed my horses.
Wow.
It works for me.
And you can check on them, I'm sure, during the night?
Yes, and it works great. And they'll look in the morning to see if I'm getting up so they can have some breakfast. So the good barrel horses get to stay in here. They have to work to get to this area.
And you prefer to be closer to them, right?
I like to know where my horses are all the time. The open concept, horses don't like to be enclosed. So to be able to see all around, you don't want the horses to stress and worry, so you want them as comfortable as can be.
Tell me about competing. What do you do the night before? What do you do? How do you prepare?
Most of the preparation is for my horses. Nothing really special other than they're rested and they're ready to go for the race the next day. Once we get to the race, some horses take more warm-up time than others. I have one horse that if I can warm him up at home, take him to the race, and just walk him and keep him calm, that's when he runs the best. The other horse I don't warm him up at home. When I get there, it probably takes me 20 minutes, try to get his energy up and make him realize that we're ready to go to work.
Sherry, your story resonates with a lot of other women and mothers maybe, who at some point had to. You know, they were forced to put their dreams on the side, on hold, just to do other priorities in life. What would be your message for those women today?
Oh, I don't think that you're ever too old to jump right back into what you want. I don't see myself ever quitting.
نحن الآن في ستيفنفيل في ولاية تكساس، حيث تشارك المنافسة الهاوية آرم وودروف البالغة من العمر 19 عاماً في سباق البراميل، آملة أن تخطف الأضواء وتحرز تقدماً ملحوظاً اليوم في مباريات روديو النساء. بدأت راعية البقر آرم المشاركة في مثل هذه السباقات وهي في 11 من العمر.
كل يوم تذهب إلى مزرعتها حيث تتمرن مستعينة ب3 أو 4 أحصنة على الأقل بغية تحسين أدائها لبلوغ المستوى المطلوب للفوز. هدفها في الحياة أن تصبح طبعاً متسابقة محترفة. It is really beautiful here.
Yeah, it is. I love it here.
How
It's
much
awesome.
time do you spend here usually?
Normally, most of my day, I get here around 8-ish, give or take, and then I'll leave once it's dark.
Wow.
So,
At what age here you decided that you really
that
want
was
a horse?
probably around 8 years old. I think we bought a horse from a friend of ours, and he was just a real gentle, kid-safe horse. And I was able to just really learn how to really ride on that one, and then slowly moved up.
But why did you choose barrel racing?
I don't know, it was fast and it looked like a challenge. The challenge excites me, so I think that really just got my attention. I think the competition of it is just really, it gets you going. Whether you're doing absolutely amazing or not, it really motivates you, and you can always be better. Even if you're world champion, there's something else to learn. And so you can never stop learning. And I mean, horses are pretty amazing, so that's always really fun. You have to be spot on. Like, my horse has to be in great shape, and they have to be tip-top condition and tuned up to exactly where I want them to be. But I will tell you right now, if I'm not in the gym every week, I will not win a barrel race. Wow. Because my core isn't as strong and I'm not as perfect. My timing won't be perfect. It's really just keeping your mind right, your core strong, and keeping your horses healthy.
For how long you're gonna keep doing this?
Until I'm hurt enough where I can't.
So I see you're gearing up for the competition.
Yeah, I'm gonna braid his mane so it stays out of my way and then start getting him ready.
It is a big day for you.
Yeah, it's day 2 of qualifying rounds. I let my horses have the day off yesterday. We gotta qualify today in order to make the short go.
And in this competition, how many women are competing?
I think there's around 250 today.
And what would be like the main goal?
The fastest of everyone.
The fastest?
Yeah, 15.5 or faster.
Yes, yes. I'm sure you're gonna make it.
I hope so.
Hey babe, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Hi.
Hi.
Chris Woodruff.
I'm Tony, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You're always here with her while she's competing, supporting her?
Yeah, you know, when she was 12 and 13 and 14, we were there all the time, but now she's a little older. She drives the truck by herself and handles it, and Mom and Dad, we do go most of the time. She's always had a passion for horses, and she's a go-fast girl, if you know what I mean. She doesn't like just to sit still. So barrel racing kind of caught her attention when she was young, and she loved it.
As a father, what are your predictions for Autumn's performance today?
You know, I know the horse is capable. I know she's capable. So I would love to see her under the 15.
So Autumn, under the 15 today?
We will try.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
So,
Hey there.
how do you feel?
Good. My horse feels
Ready?
really good. Oh, yeah.
Like you're coming in, I think, in a few minutes, right?
Yeah, I'm up in about probably 10 to 15 minutes. I'm just walking him out, getting him ready, making sure he's real loose. As you can see, he's pretty
He
excited.
seems to be ready. I'm gonna keep you getting up. Just wanna wish you good luck.
Okay, thank you.
See
you
ya.
later.
Hey, Autumn.
Hey.
How did it go?
It went amazing. He worked really good. We ran a 14.6.
Which is a good
That's
score,
really
I'm
good.
assuming.
Yes, sir.
So you're happy from your performance and from
yeah.
Buck's performance?
He worked amazing. He was correct the whole time. He just went in there and did his job. I'm so proud of him.
مرة أخرى في غاثري، أوكلاهوما، تشيري وجي جي تستعدان للمشاركة في الألعاب مع المئات من المشاركين المتحمسين. المسألة هنا ليست مسألة فوز أو خسارة، بل هي في حس المنافسة وفي أن تكون جزءاً من ثقافة الروديو التي تعبر عن أسلوب حياة هذه الفئة من الأمريكيين الذين يعشقون هذه الرياضة ويعتزون بها ويتنقلونها جيلاً بعد جيل. Hello, Sherry.
Hi, Johnny. How are you?
So good to see you again.
It's good to see you.
How you been?
Great.
Good?
Really good.
It's a big day for you today, right?
Yes.
So it is very special to you because it's the first time in such a competition, right?
Yes. My big goal was to come in and do the best I can and hopefully come out with Rookie of the Year. It's kind of unusual for somebody as old as I am to get that opportunity, but I have not been in the association before, so it's my chance.
شيري على وشك الانطلاق في منافسة سباق البراميل. جي جي المحترفة تستعد لدخول حلبة مسابقات شد الماشية بالحبال فئة راعيات البقر.
If I don't do good, it's best to look forward, see the positive you did, and just forget about it and rock on.
حلت جي جي في المركز الرابع في مسابقة شد الماشية. شيري حصدت جائزة المركز الثاني في الترتيب العالمي ونالت أيضاً لقب البطلة الصاعدة في مباريات الليلة. هناك المزيد من مسابقات رعاة البقر والكثير من الانتصارات والألقاب بانتظار هؤلاء المتنافسات من راعيات البقر في المستقبل. هناك دائماً مسابقات للروديو في مكان ما، وهؤلاء المتنافسات المنتصرات راعيات البقر الأمريكيات سيكون دائماً على استعداد لخوضها. بعد قليل مسابقات رعاة البقر للصغار. كل شيء صغير هنا باستثناء روح المنافسة. هؤلاء الصغار سيدهشونكم. أنتم الآن على وشك اللقاء بتري ذي 9 سنوات وشقيقته سيانا 7 سنوات، متنافسان صغيران يشاركان في مسابقات رعاة البقر المخصصة للأطفال والتي تعرف بالميني روديو ضمن فئة بيوي، حيث يركب تري المهور والعجول دون سرج، وسيانا تعتلي صهوة مهر دون سرج هي الأخرى. قصتهما مع الروديو بدأت بهدية، بقرة صغيرة قدمتها أمهما للأب بمناسبة الأعياد، وهو الذي لم تكن لديه أدنى فكرة عن حياة المزارع. ولكن سرعان ما تحولت هذه الهدية إلى أسلوب حياة في منافسات الميني روديو يشمل العائلة بكاملها. واضح أنهم كانوا يجهلون تماماً ماذا ينتظرهم. دعونا نلتقي هؤلاء الصغار في مزرعة العائلة. Hey Gary, how are you?
How are you?
So good to see you.
Nice seeing you as well.
Wow, it's a beautiful farm.
Thank you very much.
And I can see the kids enjoying it.
They are.
What are they doing?
Right now, they're feeding the sheep and the mini ponies. And then they're going to head over to the mini goats over there.
Do they do this like every morning?
Every morning. Every morning they have to.
Tell me about like raising kids on a farm. How does it go?
Raising kids on a farm, it's a bit unique. I work nights, my wife works nights, so the kids, they have a lot of chores to do in the morning. They come out, they feed all the animals, they make sure everything's okay. I mean, they love messing with them, feeding them. goofing off, riding them, so, and they want them.
And what do you have like on this farm? Tell me.
So in that field we have some Soay sheep, which is a heritage breed out of Scotland. We have a couple mini ponies over there. In this field we have some pygmy goats. They were in the barn, so this is kind of new for them, this little area, being outside, so they're enjoying that. We have some chickens here, some silky bantams, a couple horses here, and I believe there's a mini donkey here somewhere. He's running around somewhere.
Donkey too?
Yeah, yeah.
It's really cool. This is your house, your farm. This is where they spend most of their time, right?
Absolutely. This is a sanctuary. We spend as much time here as we can.
And do you think this is what brought them actually into rodeo and mini rodeo stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So it started with some mini cows, some miniature cows. I thought that they'd be different, something a little bit unique, something that the kids could mess with but wasn't too big. So we got the miniature cows, and one day Trey and I were feeding the cows. He said, "Dad, do you think they ride miniature bulls?" I said, I have no idea. But as soon as we're finished here, we'll go inside and we'll YouTube or Google and we'll find out. Sure enough, there was just an entire world of kids riding miniature ponies and miniature bulls and doing all kinds of things. So that's really what started us down the path of the miniature rodeo.
Sienna and Trey, how are you guys today?
Good.
So we're here in your barn, right?
Yes.
How much time do you spend here usually?
An hour or two a day. Yeah.
What do you do exactly here?
We do all our chores and stuff.
What else, Sienna?
Sometimes we come out here to play with Bit or the chicks.
And you help each other, like doing the chores and everything?
Yes. I do all the birds, and I do the mini horses and sheep.
I usually do big goats, ducks, and horses and cows waters.
And both of you do like mini rodeo competitions, right?
Yes.
We've been doing it for every night since Tuesday.
Now because you're preparing for the finals?
In Oklahoma.
What do you think, Trey? I heard you're gonna be competing in the same division.
Yes.
So, who's gonna do better?
Me.
What are you doing?
Bull riding and mini bareback riding.
And you, Sienna?
I'm probably gonna win because I think I'm gonna get easier horses than him.
We're in the same division. They draw them out of a hat. You could get the wildest horse in our division.
You think he can win it in Oklahoma?
Yeah, I think he can win. The bulls, but not bareback.
Not bareback. Well, I wish you good luck for both of you.
Thank you.
Like right there in that open part of the chute there. That one was...
So usually in competitions, she would like be on ponies like Stretch?
She would be on an easier pony, one that runs more and does less bucking. Will buck, but not as much bucking. Because of where we are and who Stretch is, he does less running and more bucking. So she's getting a harder ride here.
Which is good for her.
Which is good for her. If she can ride this out, then she'll be fine. There's nothing that she can't ride in Oklahoma. All right, let me put him in. Trey, will you get the rope for the gate?
Yes.
You ready? Shut it a little, buddy. Perfect.
Whenever you're ready, just nod.
You tied in? You locked in real well?
Let's see how it's gonna go. Yes. She's gonna do it. Yes, yes.
Yes. Hold on, get back to center.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is she okay?
She might be
You
hurt.
all right?
You're like, okay,
Wave to them
baby.
because they're all worried about you.
You okay, Sienna?
Look at her dirty face.
You did great. What happened? Sienna, tell me, what happened over there?
My leg got caught in the rope. So he was still running, so she was dragging me.
Does it hurt, your leg?
Yeah.
A little, but it's okay, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna continue training?
She's like, not today, I'm not.
Great job, you guys. That was a nice training session.
Was it fun?
So, when did you notice that your kids have a thing for rodeo?
I really didn't invite him to even try it. Obviously, I had a lot of reservation about it.
I mean, I wasn't exactly thrilled about it. A little nerve-wracking, because obviously it is dangerous, but I'm not gonna keep them in a bubble either, so I said if they wanted to try it, I was okay with it, I guess.
they're tough kids, you know? And I think they respect and know that there are things out there that in that environment that can seriously hurt them. They know that if they're not listening, if they're doing stuff that they shouldn't be, that there's a real risk there. Even the bulls that Trey rides, I mean, they weigh 1,000 pounds. They have 1,500-pound bulls with 3 foot of horn going across them, and they're not necessarily the friendliest animals anyway.
And yet they're willing to play and do the sports and practice it and compete.
Absolutely. They learn to kind of deal with the cards that they've been dealt. You're not going to make one of the ponies or one of the bulls do something that it doesn't want to do. And you're not going to stop it from doing what it wants to do either. So they learn to overcome or adapt to the environment or the situation which they're in.
I guess they might have a little more confidence in themselves with that. I mean, it is tough, and if they're able to do that, then I guess that gives them a lot more self-confidence.
So how are you helping them to deal with the win and the loss?
As far as a win goes, just try to teach our kids to be humble and appreciate it. As far as a loss goes, I try to make it as a learning opportunity. And we tell the kids all the time, if you don't love this, if you're not really enjoying it, let's stop. It's not worth the risk, it's not worth the danger.
How do you deal with the stress of a risky, dangerous sport?
Oh, I'm extremely nervous when I watch them. I don't know how he feels about it, but I get very worried about him.
هنا مدينة غاثري في ولاية أوكلاهوما في نهائيات مسابقة الميني روديو، حيث سيتنافس تري وسينا في مسابقة للمهور والثيران الصغيرة. المنافسان الصغيران سيبذلان قصارى جهدهما للفوز بجوائز كبيرة في الفئة التي يشاركان فيها. هيا بنا إذن نشجع تري وسينا على أمل أن يحصلا على الجائزة الكبرى. Are you ready for the big competition today?
Yes.
They're both pretty excited. They've been talking about it for probably about a week and a half. I mean, this is their World Series, so this is a big deal for them.
Sienna, how do you feel right now?
I feel confident.
Confident. And tell me, what would be the best thing to happen now when you get into the arena?
The best thing that would happen is, like, I cover.
You cover the 8 seconds.
Yes.
How did it go? Not well. Don't cry, it happens, right? Sometimes it doesn't go well all the time, right? Does it gonna stop you? No. You're gonna try again, right? Don't cry, don't cry. You're a brave girl, and you did well, okay?
You never know what they're going to do. You never know. And you can't prepare for everything. So, you know, I think that got her off a little bit, and we're going to try again next round, aren't we? All right, whenever you're ready.
See you in your back. See you in your back.
Ready?
Tell me, Sienna, how did it go?
Good.
Good? How do you feel about it?
Good.
Are you happy? Yes? This pony was okay? Like, tell me, what happened?
So, he ran at first, and then he started bucking like really hard.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I didn't really expect that. It was fun.
It was fine.
It was better than my last one.
Uh-huh. Awesome. And how do you feel about being here at the finals? It's great, right? How exciting was it, this experience for you?
Really exciting.
What did you like the most about it?
I got to ride. Like, I really liked that, like getting to ride.
Trey, are you ready?
Yes. Yes.
How do you feel right now?
Good.
Good? What would be the best thing to happen on the arena?
The horse go, run, and then stop and start walking.
Awesome. Do you feel like you're ready to cover 8 seconds?
Yes.
How did you prepare for this ride?
Mentally.
Mentally. Nice. Awesome, awesome. Are you scared? Are you afraid?
Nervous.
Nervous. How are you feeling? Fine. Are you okay? It hurts?
I'm good.
Here?
Fine.
Yeah. You wanna take it off? How did it go? Tell me.
Fine.
Fine.
Got broke off and I spurred myself.
Oh, it happens, right?
Yeah.
It happens. There will be always next time.
Yeah. Squeeze your legs. Squeeze with your legs. Squeeze.
So how do you feel about this round?
Horse is good.
Uh-huh.
Horse is good.
Are you ready for some more?
Yeah.
It's time to ride. Oh, Rocky.
It's all right. I know.
Don't come. Cowboy up.
How do you feel about it?
Fine.
Fine.
You okay? Are you hurt?
No.
All right.
That's the most important, right?
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Are you glad you're here?
Yes.
All right.
Tell me, like, what do you like? Like, do you enjoy being here in big competitions like this?
Yes.
Is it harder to ride in big competitions like this?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Harder stock.
Harder stock.
Harder stock, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do it again?
Yes.
It's not gonna stop you.
No.
What did they learn today, both of them?
Sometimes it's just not your day. Sometimes you're going to hit the ground earlier than you want to, harder than you wanted to. It didn't work out the way you wanted to, and you're going to try again, right? He wants to try again, so he's going to dust himself off, literally, and then try again. So,
right, Trey? Well, thank you for letting us be here with you today, and we wish you all the best. Maybe more and more competitions, more wins, right? And more success to come, right, Trey? You're such a hero, brave man. Thank you.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Yep.
See ya, Greg.
لكل ثقافة رياضتها المحلية التي تعتز بها وتتناقلها بين العائلات والأصدقاء. وفي أمريكا هذه الرياضة هي مسابقات الروديو التقليدية القديمة. من الأطفال الصغار إلى رعاة البقر الأقوياء. أكثر ما يعجبني هنا هو أن الأمر كله يتعلق بمشاركة هذا الشغف وبتوارثه عبر الأجيال، من الأجداد إلى الآباء إلى أطفالهم، وكل ذلك للحفاظ على روح راعي البقر الأمريكي حية عبر الزمن. شكراً لانضمامكم لنا في خارج المسار. أنا توني نداف. إلى اللقاء.
What do you want J.J. Hampton's legacy to be?
I give scholarships to college students so that they can better themselves through education and rodeo. So my thing is to give back to somebody that's in this sport.
That's awesome. How did the rodeo change, J.J.?
Well, it just taught me a lot about life. I mean, to care for my animals, to treat people with respect, to love, hard work, a lifetime of friendships with people. It teaches you stuff that you really need in this life.